I'm the type of person effortless. Everything I do makes me more money. I do what others want so I can live like others can. I think like a millionaire. I act I am committed to having lots of money. Okay, you guys, it looks like I'm live on YouTube. It is actually almost 8:15. I've been at this trying to get onto YouTube for like over an hour. I've had like a weird day, a strange day, a very like almost like a day where I feel like, hold on, let me cut these affirmations down, although I love them. And I think I'll put on my little feng shui little music in the background because I love that. But my thing is, you guys, I've been having this experience where I feel like, okay, have you ever had one of those days where you can tell that you're 1 second from losing it? 1 second, maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds is pushing it. And I noticed that I'm coming out in all black except for the white top. The problem is, you guys, I forgot. I've got on I don't know if I move it around if you can see. I've got on like a light colored green top over this. And so what happens is it's all black. So I decided I'm just going to go ahead and use a black background and just go completely black. Why not? It's one of those days. It's sort of reflective of the mood I'm in and the darkness. And my thing is, why do I even have the darkness? I mean, with all that Gemini, I ought to be ashamed of myself. There should be no darkness today. And let's see why I have darkened out. Oh my God, this is why. This is why I'm all in black, because maybe I would be too much of a too much if all of my lightness in seafoam green and all of that were displayed. So I'm looking at where the planets are right now. Like, where are they, right? Right now, the sun is at 3 degrees of Gemini, and it is not making any major aspect. Well, it is to Saturn. Gemini and Saturn are sextile. Excuse me, trine right now. They are almost exactly. Yeah. Even though Saturn's going backwards. So it's separating, but still it's happening. It's very airy, a very mental, mercurial, lots of Mercury, lots of thinking. I think that could be what has happened, because today was just it was stressful, but it was stressful on a mental level. So it was that. Also, at this very moment, the moon is conjunct Venus, which is retrograde. So Venus is retrograding, but the moon is conjunctive. It's really a strange time. I can't put my finger on why it's affecting me the way it is, except I do know that in the city of Seattle, I have Sagittarius rising, which means that the current sun at 3 degrees of Gemini is opposed my Sagittarius rising in Seattle. And so I feel that, like I felt just something about to myself today, like it's because the ascendant is you, the you that's you. And so I felt that, like I didn't feel like I looked well or felt well. I can't explain it, just don't understand it, but yeah. And Mercury's at 23 degrees, and it is technically right in between that trine. I mean, or excuse me, in between Venus and the moon. And as I'm talking, you guys, excuse my eyes as I divert, my Avast Secure thing came up. Okay, so the moon is conjunct Venus, and each of them, I think, are technically still within, yeah, conjunct Mercury, especially Venus, since Venus is going, no, excuse me, sorry about that, especially the moon, since the moon moves quicker than Venus. Venus is actually going retrograde, so it's going downward. Also, the true node in Gemini at 29 degrees is also retrograde. So we've got 4 Gemini placements: the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, and the true node. And Venus and the true node are retrograde. So maybe that's part of it, part of that vibe, that mental thing going on. Also, I'm thinking that this moon at 19 degrees and Venus at 19 degrees and even the Mercury at 23 degrees are all squaring Neptune at 20 degrees, almost 21 degrees. So that may be the confusion. I think a lot of people might feel like they're a little bit in a haze, whether it's a haze from the communication or a haze of communication, or I mean, you know, also Gemini is known for having to do with the 3rd house, which is your local community. And I want to tell you how it played out for myself and my local community and extended and all that. So today, out of the blue, I was woken up by my daughter who said, Mom, yeah, the landlord's coming over in like 15, 20 minutes with the electrician. Me and my husband will be over there, you know, just in case you're not dressed. But of course, I hopped up and got ready. And good thing I did, because when they got here, they went all the way through my house, every inch of it, looking at every electrical outlet. And my thing is, plus they left their dirty, infected, COVID infected vacuum cleaner in my house. I'm mortified, mortified. And yes, 23 degrees of Gemini is in my 6th house, and the North Node is in my 6th house. So I'm beside myself. I really did a good job of social distancing and protecting myself of COVID. But now I've got a canister of like contagion sitting in my hallway. And I know they don't think of it that way, but everywhere that man has went and vacuumed, he's vacuumed up COVID. Just saying. So pissed. Anyway, I'm going to just breathe. Breathe. It's going to be okay. I'm just being honest with my feelings, because sometimes I think what happens is, you know, especially if you're like a spiritual person or known for being a spiritual person, people think, oh, well, you're not allowed to have emotions. You're not allowed to get excited, upset, frustrated, irritated, any of those things. But you have to realize we're talking Gemini here. Gemini gets excited. Gemini gets emotional, especially about mental things. Especially with Gemini being in my 6th house, I just don't want to have a true nervous breakdown, because, you know, it rules the nerves. Gemini rules your nerves. So you might hear some people like, I'm getting on my nerve, or that's getting on my last nerve, or my nerves, or I've got hives, literally. Some people might get hives and rashes and itching and things of that nature. It's allergy season. That's also part of it. And it just could be those kind of irritations like I feel like I had today, where it was more mental irritations, because there was so much information, and I ended up having to do like spring cleaning, because they pulled everything out of every nook and cranny of my house, and there were papers and things all over the place. And I realized, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do spring cleaning. So, you know, that's what happened. So anyway, that's my take on all the Gemini. And I also want you to be aware that the sun at 3 degrees is technically square Mars, which is moving pretty quickly, but Mars is at 7 degrees of Pisces. And I believe they'll probably end up converging. I believe the sun is going to overtake it eventually, because it's going to move a little bit faster, I think. Mars is moving pretty quickly. It was just at 1 degree last week. So it's moving pretty quickly. Jupiter's at 27 degrees of Capricorn, and that Jupiter is retrograding. And, you know, that could be something affecting me too. It's a double Capricorn because it's retrograde. But it is retrograding at 27 degrees, and Pluto is retrograding at 24 degrees, almost 25 degrees. They're technically conjunct, and they're both retrograding in my 1st house. I'm not happy about any of it. Saturn's retrograding in my 1st house as well. I'm not happy about that either. In fact, I'm not happy about any of the retrogrades occurring in my 1st house. Just saying. Maybe it means I'm going to revert back to my old ways, which I don't want to revert back to anything actually. But I can tell you, if I seem like I come off a little harsh, well, it's probably because I'm a little harsh. I am going to stop trying to hide the fact that I'm dark. I don't think I'm dark, in my own opinion. I think I'm a good person. I always thought of myself as a light person. If I do any witchery, it's white witchery. I'm a good person, but overall, with that kind of heaviness in my first house, I'm dark, right? There's no getting away from that, is there? I mean, you got Saturn in your first house, you got Pluto in the first house, you got Jupiter sitting there in the first house. It's dark. It's not an easy thing to deal with, and I've got to face that reality and deal with that. I always thought of myself as a light person, Glenda the Good Witch. That's why I like it going blonde sometimes, because I feel like it offsets the natural darkness of my natal Saturn I've got Saturn in the first house natally. It's just naturally dark. It's no getting away from it. Pluto's trying my sun at birth. It is. But I enjoy going light. I enjoy the lightness. And I think this, just the ambivalence of it all. Like Gemini is light. Gemini is lightness, and just like I always think of fairies when I think of Gemini, like little happy fairies that are dancing with the little pixies and the flowers, and dancing in the sun, and joyful, singing songs, and I don't know. To me, that's what Gemini is. And then you think about Saturn or Capricorn, and Capricorn's in some dark room somewhere, working hard for hours. Their legs are swollen, their back hurts. They are under deadline. They're working hard for the money, not getting paid enough. It's all darkness, and I tend to resonate with the darkness more so than the fairy. Although I have Mercury in the first house, and sometimes I pretend I'm a fairy. I pretend I'm light. So that's when you see Capricorntigress with her blonde hair and her little bright self. That's me moving toward more of the Mercurial part of my first house, and also, Gemini in my sixth house and fifth house. So a lot of people might be feeling this, like those who are maybe earth signs or water signs might really feel that like weirdness, because it is a very light, bright, happy, upbeat, positive type of vibe with all that Gemini. And you might feel like, screw that. Like some people, it's hard to get into that kind of lightness, like that fairy lightness. And I don't think it means there's anything wrong with you or anything. I mean, if you're dark, you're dark. We've got to start embracing part of who we are. I've got Scorpio on the midheaven. I've got Neptune in Scorpio, and Saturn, my Venus in Scorpio in the 10th house. Saturn in the first house in Aquarius, double Capricorn, and freaking dark. The more I accept that reality, the better it'll be. Although I like going blonde and stuff like that, it's just natural. And I think I might even come off, like I've done readings for people, and they'll say, oh, you're a little, what's the word that was used? I don't know. It was brash or harsh, a little harsh or a little brash or a little something like that. And I'm like, I'm just being myself. I am not going to modify how I communicate what divine spirit tells me in order to put on a false front of sweetness and purity. I am who I am. I am who I freaking am. It's not going to change because somebody doesn't feel comfortable with how 100 I keep it. I don't want to hide the truth that I have, because Mercury is in my first house, remember? So I got to keep it real. And also that Mercury is in mutual interception with Pluto excuse me, with Uranus in Virgo in my 8th house. That is telling the truth in spite of. Like, I'm going to read you, okay? And it's going to be real. It ain't going to be fake. There ain't going to be no fairies dancing. It's going to be the truth. And if you want the truth, that's why you would come to somebody like me. If you want lies, then you go to somebody to tell you lies. I mean, I can only tell you what I can tell you. I'm not, and it won't be all sweetness and light. And, you know, it might be, if I see it, if I see good, I'll tell you good. But if I don't see good, I'm going to tell you what I see. Because what good is using me if you don't want me to tell you what to see? Just saying. I'm just keeping it real. Anyway, you guys, just make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, I did. I missed Uranus in Taurus, which is at 8 degrees, which is sextile that Mars. So Uranus and Mars are sextile. And I think maybe that might even be why I had some things going on with the electrical. I really do. Because Mars it's actually in my second. Oh, Mars is about to hit my Jupiter. Yay! Sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just realized I have like I don't know what's gonna happen, but yes, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Look, Mars is about to go onto my Jupiter in the second house, and you know, the second house is the house of Taurus. Well, Mars is sextile Taurus. And so I'm hoping, and you know, communication, it's in my communication in second house. So maybe something good really will happen. Let's hope, okay? That made me happy there for a minute. I actually jumped up and yeah, that was great. Let's see what else good is going on here. Well, that's really about it, you guys. I mean, soon, very soon, the sun's gonna sextile Aries because Chiron's at 8 degrees and the sun is aspecting it, going quicker. So it's going to aspect and it will make that sextile. I think that's going to be positive. I think that's going to be really positive for some Aries and for Gemini in particular. Because if there is hidden pain, if there is hurt, like you heard me just going on and on, right? That's a hurt inside of me. That's a hurt. That's a pain that something, somebody maybe said, did something, and it's stuck in my mind. Like they want me to be different. Like they want me to be softer. They want me to be sweeter. They want me to be someone I'm not. There's only so much sweetness and light a double Capricorn with Saturn in the first house, Scorpio, Neptune on the midheaven is going to give you. It's true. And I got Mars in the 7th. I'll curse you out. Don't push me. Just saying, I am who I am. There are a lot of sweet, kind, gentle little flowers out there. I don't think I ever been a sweet, kind, gentle little flower. I think I look like a sweet, kind, gentle little flower sometimes. But the reality is I've seen too much pain to make pretend I don't know. And what I know, I know. If it's darkness and pain and horror, I probably know about it. So I can pretend, or not even pretend, because, you know, I have Neptune on midheaven. So everything I do is a fantasy, right? I became Capricorntigress from the fantasy of getting away from the pain of the reality I lived in. So I know these things because I'm in tune with myself. But when someone comes to me and says, we want you to be XYZ when you know you're ABZ, I ain't changing. I didn't get to be 50 something years old to have other people dictate who I'm going to be. Take me or leave me. I am who I am. And I believe in what I do. And I keep it 100. And I'm going to tell you the truth, whatever it might be. So if you want the truth, I'm the one to come to. At least the truth as I see it. Okay? So I'm going to do a couple of things tonight. Because I think, I'm trying to remember if I was supposed to do the romance readings this week or not. I don't know. I tell you what I will do. If I haven't done the romance readings, I will upload them and do them. I had a Cynthia Flemings there, and she said, good evening, my beautiful friend. Well, good evening to you, Cynthia Flemings. Thank you so much for your support. I love when people come by and say sweet things. That is so nice. So I'm going to actually do some readings for the signs because I don't remember if I got any. I had a couple of people come message me and tell me they wanted to get professional readings, but I'm just trying to remember who kind of let me know they were desperate. I think one girl is in my mind right now, and I can't remember what I did for her. I think I did something unintuitive for her, but I got the urge to pull these cards for this young lady, and her name is Lynette. Anita Lynette, one of my Facebook friends. I have an urge to pull this card for you, Anita Lynette. I don't know why, but these cards want to come out and tell you something, Anita Lynette. So I'm about to tell you something. Also, if anyone, this is the night to get your freebies out of me, or at least, you know, a donation release. So if anyone out there wants to get one, this would be the night to do it. And I don't know, a lot of you might be out partying because it is Memorial Day weekend. I mean, I just realized that, oh, what's going on, Anita? What is that? I do not like what that first card was. Tell Anita. Wait a minute, let me see something. I just want to see if I got other cards that are. No, that one just popped out. Up, it just wanted to come out reverse, I think. Lord, that's a king. What? I wonder if that has something to do with somebody I'm talking to. I'm so nosy. Okay, so let me look at this. You know, one of my spiritual teacher, I always talk about her all the time, Alicia Hartzell. She has a class for people who are, you know, want to learn what she does and do the spiritual teaching. And I wish I could do it, but one, I don't think I got the time or the money at this time to do it because she's a little expensive. But I love one of the things she said in her preview, which was that even as spiritual healers, we've got to be careful that we're not just telling people what to do. Like that's not my job to tell people what to do. I'm just interpreting whatever message divine spirit wants me to share, pretty much. And I get excited and I might say, oh, girl, don't do this, and boy, don't do that, and all that kind of stuff. But really, at the end of it, it's always your decision. And plus, you know, you can't forget the fact that what I do is for entertainment purposes only. Legally, I am supposed to let you guys all know that. And so, you know, I realize that. I do. I realize that. But yeah, I just want you guys to know that, because sometimes, again, I do have some people that, you know, they think I'm a little harsh or whatnot. And so I want you guys to know that I realize whatever I find, the final decision is always yours. Okay. Now I had before I do this, hold on. Let me just see if I can do what I wanted to do. Hold on. I had gotten this. I hope I can get to it. Give me 1 second. And you know what? I bet you I won't be able to find it now because I'm looking, and because and that's the way it is, right? When you want something and because I'm telling you, I have so many things that I know I put in here. But my question is, where is it now? Because I want it, because I'm looking for it. It is not being found. And I'm like so frustrated. Oh, maybe let me look under current, maybe. Oh, wait, this might be it. Oh, but is not organized under at all. Hold on 1 second. Lord, you guys have no idea. I have tried repeatedly to get this stuff organized. I am going to get it organized if it's the last thing I do. I don't currently have it organized. It doesn't mean I don't want to have it organized. It just means I don't have it organized yet. Okay, give me a second here. Let me see if I can find this king. This is the word. The word I've been saying for the way I feel all day is irritation. Just like this weird vibe of irritation. And I don't really know why it's so bad, but I really feel it. And it's like just um just finding like something I'm looking for. Like every thing that I'm trying to do seems to be slightly irritating, if that I'm trying to say it in a nice way. And so it's like and I don't know why. Like I don't know why. So now here's one of the things I'm irritated about. There was something I had found, and I believe it was on the King of Swords. Well, I thought, okay, let me get this information together, and I can share what I found while I'm going live. Well, I've going through all these darn cards, 116 of them, and not one out of these 116 cards has a King of Swords here. I swear, I kid you not. And I'm like, how? How did I manage to get every card but the King of Swords? Like, what? I could have, like, I'm in shock. There's some cards that are repeated here, but I went through not one freaking King of Swords. And my thing is it because I wanted to see the King of Swords? See, and that's when I start messing with my own head, because I'm like, oh, it's because I wanted it that it didn't show up. And I gotta stop saying that stuff, because it may just because I forgot to do it anyway. I'm gonna read this to you. I saw it and I thought it might be in a different spot. I downloaded this special thingy about the King of Swords. And I go there to look for it, and of course I can't find it. So I'm a little peeved right now about that. So, but anyway, I'll read this because you guys got the King of Swords in reverse, okay? So, I just knew that I have made sure I got something about the reversals, because King of Swords in reverse is a very special and specific message, right? King of Swords in reverse. So this is what it says. King of Swords in reverse. This is Anita, Lynette we're talking about. Cruel nature, insensitivity, and a hidden agenda. Now, it is a King of Swords. So I'm wondering if it's somebody who's got that, although it does, the first card is an indication of you. So I wonder if it's thinking you have a cruel nature. I'm not sure. But the thing is, I think it's a guy. I think it's someone you might be seeing. I think it's a story about that, because then it was crossed by the Lovers. So you got the cruel nature, right? The tall, thin stature male, cruel nature, and then the Lovers. So maybe it's a lover that has a cruel nature. That's what I'm thinking. But then the next card was the Empress. And this is a very, I like this card for a female anyway, but it's someone who's pregnant with ideas. They've got lots of emotion. I mean, there might be a little bit of doubt in yourself, but it's someone who has got a lot to give emotionally. They're just, and it could be someone who's literally pregnant, but it is a lot to give emotionally. It really is. And a lot of inner wisdom that you might not even be aware of. The ability to start new things, new projects, even new life. But that's what that is. Oh, and then you got the moon. So, Anita, the moon can be women. The moon can be deception, lies, deceit. I mean, when we look at the Lover's card, it could be a lover who is deceptive. The same. And then you got the 9 of Coins. I see success in your future, if nothing else. This is success. There is victory possible. But there is also the possibility of vanity. So be careful of that. But I see the potential of victory for you with the 9 of Coins popping up like that there. And I think you're going to be moving away from a situation. You might have been in a situation with a male who was not, was a little cruel. But I think if this is the situation, because 9 is a success card, and then you got this card, which is moving away from, you're whatever. I think you might have been in a little somebody might have deceived you, been deceptive, there might have been a problem, but I think you're going to be victorious over it, and you're going to be moving away from the battle. And after that, I think you're going to be able to either get a new partnership, or you're going to be able to fix that partnership. This is emotional fulfillment. That is, the happy couple, the happy family. And then you got two of staffs. This is moving away from the situation. And I believe that's communication. Maybe you are waiting for communication from that person. But this also indicates uncertainty. So this is a card of uncertainty. It's reflection. It's reflection. The two of staffs. It's looking back on your past and looking at your actions, your choices, and it's before you make a decision. So you might be considering, like, let's say, for instance, you were in a relationship with somebody who was cruel, like, right, something happened, maybe they cheated on you. So you have to seriously reflect on if you want to go back into that before you do it. I think maybe that's what this is. Oh, and also it could be just learning something new. You might learn a new skill, a new career, or if it's in regards to the relationship, learning something new about what's going on. It's like relearning if this pertains to a relationship, but this is usually career. Something about education. This is getting an education to get ahead. Oh yeah. And then there's the 10 of staffs. This is telling me that you've had, you've been working hard. You might have been working hard, but not feeling like you're getting anywhere. That is very 10 of staffs. Working hard, but not feeling like you're getting what you want. What I would say is keep working. This is a card that indicates you might not always get it right away, but see how he's amassing all those staffs little by little by little. He is amassing all the staffs. And he is bound to have success eventually. And that's what I think applies to you, Anita. And then we've got the hangman, the hangman. This is telling me, one, to meditate, to wait, to be patient, to hold on, and wait for the right time. Because I think in your case, timing might be everything. And this is especially true about COVID. Like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, if you were with somebody and the guy went off, oh, you know what? There was one other last card that was turned over. It was the Page of Staffs. Page of Staffs. And I'm going to read it because that is technically your last card, the Page of Staffs. So I'm going to make sure I read that out so that you got the exact wording it wants you to hear. Page of Staffs. Page of Staffs. Okay, Page of Staffs. Confident, arrogant, tailored, devoted, well-educated, head for business. A good person, but sometimes egotistical. Someone may bring you important news. Listen to it. So you got news coming. It's a truthful person. And I can't help but notice that the news comes after you wait and you meditate. So be patient for that news because it will come your way. And now I'm going to take these cards apart like I like to do and see if there's any hidden meanings or messages that I didn't catch. So, okay, you've got a lot of number cards. In fact, I look at them in order. You got 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, and 10. Okay, you've got that King in reverse, and of course the Page. The King is to cruelty, and then the Page is a communication. I mean, I don't know if you did break up with somebody or somebody broke up with you, or if you're waiting for hear from somebody, but it could be some cruel communication, especially from a lover. Please be aware of that. Could be some communication that, that is ending or something like that, something. So I'm going to read these cards backwards because I like to do that. It tells me a lot. This is about a love situation. This is about lovers. Whatever is going on here, this is about lovers, about you and a love interest perhaps, or the ability to get love or someone that, to bring love into your life, that type of thing. But it's about love. And this could be about pregnancy, but it's really more about, I think, having confidence, because, you know, sometimes a empress can get a little insecure, but also bringing ideas and new creativity into existence. I believe that is a very important part of it. I sense again pregnancy because I keep getting this. I don't know. I just got that vibe. But here, this is also deception. This is deception here. It could be lies. It could be cheating. It could just be the way we, you know, we fool ourselves. It's being fooled in some way. You know, that type of situation. So you're being asked to wait and to meditate and to pray on it. Whatever it is, don't rush into it. Take your time, meditate and pray, and get the right answer that is the answer for you. Okay, doesn't matter how long it takes. You pray on that. Okay, you meditate on that. So this has been my reading for Anita, Lynette. Lynette, and I wanted to give that to you because I know I did. I had did your intuitive read at the group, but I had written yours out, and everyone else got a video, which I still haven't uploaded on the YouTube yet, but that wasn't fair. And I thought, well, let me do something special for Anita because she didn't get her little video. So Anita, I hope that resonated. And again, I know we haven't talked for a little while. Come on over to astrologylookInside.com and get yourself an updated reading. And don't forget you're a repeat customer, so you can use the word loyal at checkout. Get yourself a 25% off discount. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to see if there's anyone else out there that wants a reading, and if not, I've got one other girl I'm going to do, because I don't think I did her reading either, and I know she's waiting for an astrology reading, but I have not got that child's reading right yet. So I'm gonna do something for her really quick. Okay. I'm going to do something special that I've not done before, but I'm going to do it tonight. Because I'm lazy and I can kill two birds with one stone, and it's a kind thing to do. So I'm going to do that. Before I do it, let me cut these cards. Once. Twice. Thrice. Quadra. Okay. I was looking at the TikTok Michael Jackson challenge, just a little. And I'm like, you know, I should go and do that because everyone tells me I look like Michael Jackson or LaToya or one or the other. And I'm like, I might do the hee challenge. That's hilarious. Same things. I've gotten that before, you know, depending on the picture. I mean, I usually don't look like Michael. I usually look more like, you know, one of the other sisters, but I look just like Michael. I'm just keeping it real. The camera has caught me looking like Michael on many occasions. Just say it. Hilarious. Okay, so let me pull this up here for this young lady. And I'm just going to do this one other thing too before I go. Before I do that. I gotta remember, because sometimes I'll say I'm gonna do it and then I'll get caught up and then I forget to do it, and then the darn thing doesn't get done, and I forgot that I was going to do it, and it never got done. So it's like one of those situations that I want to make sure I get everything done. Okay, so this next reading, I'm going to do, hold on, let me see if I've got it. Oh, I think I shut it down. Let me see. Ooh, I'm going to do this live. I'm really excited. I've never actually done this live like this before, especially on, you know, while I'm live. So you guys, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm on the Psychics 101 network. I am there. And I you know, I get a lot of crazy messages at Psychics 101. So one of the things, I haven't really done anything, but it'd be cool to just her video or something like that, where she says, my name is PushpaAnjali. I can't go into it, but anyway, Date of birth is April 24th, 1994 at 5:30. I am seeing a guy currently, but we're having issues lately. Do you feel it's good to stick with him? I am not sure if he is trustworthy and will take my stand until the end. Okay, so the date of birth, she only gave me that date of birth. So we're going to just go based on that. I mean, that's a 6. Excuse me. Taurus 6. So we'll see. That's somebody who would, that's her. See why she would want it to be more serious. So I'm just going to call you Pushpa because PushpaAnjali is, okay, I got it. PushpaAnjali. I hope I'm saying it right. Okay, Divine Spirit, what is the special message you have for PushpaAnjali? Share it with me, please. Show me clearly. Before I do that, you guys, so sorry. I feel like I need to burn just a little bit of sage. I don't know why. Let me just get some sage burning. Okay, got a little sage burning. Here we go. All right. So, Divine Spirit, what is the special message you have for PushpaAnjali? Show me clearly the message you have for PushpaAnjali. Oh my goodness. Show me clearly what is that message you have for PushpaAnjali. Show me. Oh, okay. What is that special message that must be shared with Pushpa? Show me clearly what we're sharing with PushpaAnjali. Oh, there it is. Okay, one more card. Oh, you gave me several. Wow, and they popped out. Lord, have mercy. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. So, PushpaAnjali, looking at what you've got here, just going to go ahead and let you know your first card that you got, Pushpa, was the 7 of coins. 7 of coins. Yeah. There's juggling. There's many opportunities. There may be many options. Now, I don't know if this is you who has many options or him who has many options, but I see options, choices, directions, various ways it could go. Also holding on to a lot. It's a lot of responsibility to juggle that much. So if that's the situation, that may be what it is. Somebody might have been juggling a lot. And I think you've been, I personally think you're being told to have patience about it. You might have been drinking. I've been drinking. But here's the thing. Have patience over this. I think that's what this is saying. Like, somebody's juggling, or there's just a lot on their shoulders. They're doing a lot, and you're being asked to have patience, I think. And next, there is the Magician. So this is telling me that you have all the tools at your disposal to get what you want out of the situation. You can make it go any direction you want, Magician. There might be some pain, physical, emotional, spiritual pain here, but you can make it go any way you desire, Magician. And I think this is about strategizing. You got the 9 of Swords here. I sense there's been some fighting, but this is really about strategizing. This is being like ready for battle, like ready for battle. You might be coming out of battle. You might be in the midst of battle. You might be trying to strategize around the battle, one or the other. Because next we got the Lover's card. It came out again. Or excuse me, 10 of coins. But the 10 of coins to me is almost like the Lover's card. The 10 of coins is even better to me. I mean, because with the 10 of coins, you're getting the emotional fulfillment. Like that is a happy family. It's not just about being lovers. It's about having something solid and stable together that brings you both fulfillment in some way. And then this 9 of coins came out again. Here's this 9 of coins here. And this is a card that tells me there's going to be success. There's victory here. There's a possibility of victory, but there is some vanity. Like this could be your vanity or the vanity of the other person, but that could be an issue. And that it, there's jealousies that are a result of the vanity. So let's say, for instance, especially if we're talking about a couple, you might have been a couple that everybody looked at the couple like, oh, they're always in love. They're always this and that. They're all so mushy. They're unbreakable, unshakable, whatever. And sometimes people really want to go in and screw that up. I don't know why. It's a sick thing, but it happens. And, that might be part of it. Watch out for the vanity. But I'm telling you, I think you're going to have victory. Here's the Ace of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment. This is emotional fulfillment. I think whatever the problem is, you can put an end to it. I don't know if it's putting an end to the relationship. I think it's putting an end to whatever the problem has been. I think you need to strategize, stop the fighting. Really. Let me see this Page of Swords. I believe that is could be watching. I think that's the one that is watching everything just to see what you're up to. Yeah, that's the surveillance guy. So it's a diligent person whose actions are just trying to find out what you're up to. So this might be you checking up on him, just trying to see what he's up to. Or he might be checking up on you, trying to see what you're up to. But I will say this, if this is you checking up on him, PushpaAnjali, do it so that you can strategize, so you can be ready, so you can be prepared, so you can be organized. And you'll know, so nothing takes you by surprise in this relationship, because there has been, I think, some fighting. I mean, I don't know how much you know that you've been fighting, but there might have been a sense of fighting or discord going on. But look, you're going to have judgment either way. Judgment means it's the end of the situation. It's going to be ruled on one way or the other. And I believe it's going to be ruled on in your favor, because this is the Chariot and this is victory. You're going to win, I believe. This is especially true if you're dealing with a Cancer. You gave me April 24th, which is a Taurus with a Taurus overlay. If you're dealing with a Cancer, it'd be a sextile, and I say go for it. All right? Okay. So let's see, when I take the cards apart, like I like to do, if I get any additional message that did not appear to me while I was actually reading this. So give me a second. Let's see. Thank you, my little friends. Okay, so you got a 5, a 7, 2 9s, and a 10 of coins. We all like the 10 of coins. I'm gonna tell you, like with the 10 of coins and the Ace of Cups, we could just close it on down. I'm gonna just say, like, yeah, that's a relationship right there. I mean, as far as strength in a relationship goes, when you get a 10 of coins and an Ace of Cups, that's emotional fulfillment. I believe it can be. But here's the thing. You got a couple of swords. You guys have been fighting. You guys have been fighting. And you've been stupid, petty things, trying to one up the other, maybe. Like, And one of the things you said, like, what was the wording you used? Hold on, I can tell there's a one up here. It says, do you feel it's good to stick with him? I'm not sure if he's trustworthy, and I will take my stand until the end. I will take my stand until the end. That is this. It's not an overt fight, or it could be, but it's a mental thing. Like, I'm going to prepare for the worst. What I want you to do is to start to prepare for, if he's not cheating, what if it is possible to save the relationship? Let's look at this, okay? I'm going to read these major arcana backwards like I like to do. And here's the story you get. Have patience. You might be drinking in your drink. Have a drink if you need one, but have patience. Because magic is afoot. Either you're the magician or just that magic is there. Things, the possibility of things going in a different direction are there based on your ability to make it so you have all the tools at your disposal to make it so. So mote it be, there it is. You might be in pain, emotional, physical pain, and it may be that you just have to let it go, whatever it was. If it was a fight, let it go. If it's a relationship you have to let go, then let it go. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to stay in anything like that, but whatever I think the petty concerns were, whatever the worries were, I think you need to let it go. Something might be ending if it hasn't already, because it's the best thing to do. And if it does end completely, and not the battle, but just the whole relationship, just know that's the judgment. Because whatever this is, it's over. It's ending. And it's being judged. And it's going to go in the direction of the judgment. And in your case, I really believe it's going to go in the direction of success. This is victory and success. You're going to win at whatever you're after, especially if you're with a Cancer. I can't say that enough, okay? All right, PushpaAnjali, that is my my special message for you, and I hope it resonated with you in some way. I'm gonna, trim this, and I'll share it with you over there. But I just wanted to make sure you got this information, okay? Okay. So I've got one more I want to do before I go for sure, and it's because this person has been after me to do the reading, and I haven't had a chance to do that. So let me do this here. One second, you guys. And actually, before because that one was someone that, it was just something I was going to do. There is another person who asked me a specific question over at Psychics 101, and I think I'll go ahead and do that one first, the Psychics 101 one. And that person is someone by the name of Robin Sakasha. My name is Denisha. Denisha? Denisha. Let me just make sure I just need to refresh it, I think. Here we go. My name is Denaja Crosby, born August 8th, 2002. My love, Jacqueline James. So we're dealing with a Leo 8 and an Aries. I think it's like March 18th. Is that the cusp of Pisces? Or is it, yeah, probably it's Aries planets, but I think that's still Pisces. Broke up over me thinking that he was cheating. The same female who said he wasn't with is who he's now. He even changed his number and they live together. I really thought he loved me. I made the situation worse by slashing her tires. I made a new Instagram, but never have ever texted him. Just randomly blocked me out of nowhere. But I want to know, will him and I reconnect or talk again? Different psychics told me different things. Just an hour ago, I spoke with two other psychics, and both of them told me different things about Jacqueline. And one lady said that we will connect August 28th, 2020. And the other said he's just going to call me May 12th or somewhere in June. Then someone else said we'll never get back together. So let me do a couple of things that I like to do here before I finish with the cards. Let me look up 1988 Chinese animal. Let me just make sure I got that one right. I think this is what we're going to be boiling down to is these, what we're dealing with here. Okay, so he's a dragon. Oh, he's an earth dragon. It's done. I know that sounds horrible. I was married to a dragon. That man never looked back, not one time. And to this day, I don't even know what the hell I really did to him. He was a wood dragon, so they're wooden. I think an earth dragon might be a little bit more open than a wood dragon. But the one thing I'm gonna tell y'all I picked up about a dragon, especially if it's a Taurus dragon, but in this case we're dealing with a Pisces, he might be more flexible. But man, when a dragon makes up their mind, they might as well just forget it. I'm done. Like they don't, I mean, never once did that man look back on how do you marry somebody and never even make one attempt to try to fix it? Not once. So usually what that tells me, even though he never admitted it, is that he cheated. Because it's the only thing that would make you pull away from a relationship so distinctly and never go to fix it. And in this case, she's already found out this one cheated. Sadly, dragons cheat. I can't, I don't like making blanket statements like that, but I'm finding that they are really hard to control. If they get a desire to do what they want, they do what they want, and that's just it. They could be married to you, they could have children with you, they could be living with you. And if something else comes along and they think they want it and they think it's better, that's where they're going. They'll fly on off and burn up everything behind them. That's a dragon. They'll burn up the village and fly the F away. Just keep it. See, I'm just keeping it real. Now, let's see. She's 2002. Let's see what that is. I'm already picking up we're dealing with two different people here because if he's March 18th, he's a flaky, she's a water, and she's a water horse too. Oh, that's a shame. She's dealing with a flaky old, well, I mean, I shouldn't say, I mean, at least he was an earth dragon. So that probably kept him in the relationship for a certain amount of time. But, it's one of those things that something else comes along better to go. And, that's no way to build any kind of relationship. You can't build anything on something like that. Really. So, yeah, we're dealing with a really wishy-washy Pisces earth dragon. Right. Yeah. A really wishy-washy. Pisces 9 earth dragon. So when I see a Pisces 9, in particular, I'm seeing a person who is got issues with competition, fighting and competition, wanting to be right a lot because of causes and belief systems. They might have had arguments over causes and belief systems, but in particular, the Pisces 9 likes to argue over being right. And this is because 9 vibrates to Sagittarius. And well, Pisces and Sagittarius are naturally at odds with each other. They're square. So it's friction. There's internal friction. And I think what's happened is this internal friction is manifesting in, maybe leaving behind some broken hearts and things like that. So with her, she is the water, what was that, a water? Let me put that back in. I said it was not a dog, was it? Water horse. She's a water horse. And the funny thing about a water horse, is that a water horse also has the ability to leave a situation but they're much more emotional. And I think this might have been really painful for her because something tells me he was not ever really worthy of her. I bet he wasn't as attractive as her. She's a Leo 8. That's like a Leo Capricorn mix with water and the ability to, a horse that's Aquarius. So she's got her, her relationships mean a lot because she's a Leo with Aquarius overlay. That's first and seventh there. So yeah. And the 8 in the water, that's probably like, Capricorn, Cancer. She's got a lot of relationship. That's a natural combination of relationship issues in her chart. So she needs a really strong partner. I'm just going to say, I hope you see this video. I'm going to cut it out so that I'm going to upload it for you to see it, Denisha. But, a Pisces 9 Earth Dragon is not a stable partner. And whoever he's with, unless she's a Cancer or a Scorpio, maybe a Capricorn or a Taurus, but unless he's with somebody like that can give him stability, he's going to be off and running and going to the next and the next and the next. Because what he's flying away from and burning down is his own internal irritation, his own internal stress from the natural square he has from Pisces and 9. So he's constantly probably getting into arguments with his partners, wanting to be right about this subject or that subject. And then when it doesn't work out or he finds someone better, very narcissistic, he just burns down the village and moves on to the next. That's what I see there. For you, Denaja, you're being a Leo 8 water horse. You need someone who is going to give you love, attention, and affection. You do not need no wishy-washy ass Pisces, excuse my language. You need, somebody who's going to give all of that affection and attention to you. It is mandatory. Like, what Leo should be in a situation where they've got to deal with being in a third party or somebody leaves them. The moment somebody leaves you, Denaja, for somebody else, that person is no longer dateable. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. He don't respect you. He don't treat you like the queen goddess that you are. Even if you don't realize you are a queen goddess, believe me, you are. And I see you're born in 2002 and he's born in 1988. His old behind ain't know how to treat you anyway. I'm not saying he's too old for you, but if he's going to disrespect you, you go get somebody younger, better, and more in alignment with what you really desire in this life. You ain't no side piece. You a main meal. You better let him know. No Leo 8, no side piece. Don't you be no side piece. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying not to put my 2 cents into your life, but look, you paid me to put my 2 cents in, so I'm giving you my 2 cents to measure. Okay, so let me go ahead. I've been cut these and everything else. So let's ask what Divine Spirit has to say. I didn't told you what I had to say. I'm gonna tell you what Divine Spirit has to say. Divine Spirit, what is the special message you want me to share with Denisha? Show me clearly what we're telling Denisha. What is that special message? A whole bunch that just came out, so I know it wants to tell her something. Oh, stuff is popping. Lord, show me clearly what we're showing to Denisha. I know there's a message. Oh, Lord, all kind of stuff trying to pop out of my hand. She got a long message too. What's going on, Denisha? Well, you told me a little bit. It is a lot, isn't it? You got a lot going on, baby. Let me just see if I can get one more to come on out. Show me clearly. Be specific. Show me clearly. I got a lot on the board. I want to get those final. Oh, there it is. It popped right out. Oh, and it ended good. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, I believe in the future. Oh, yes, I do. I believe. Oh, yes, indeed. I don't know what's going on with this dude, but I tell you what I'm going to tell you. First of all, I think whatever is going on, This might just be an indication that you need to just step out and do something altogether new. Go out on a limb, go out on the ledge, take a, a risk. I don't think it's about being a fool with him. I think this is saying go start something new. Anew. Because he ain't right. I mean, unless, of course, you really want to go out like that. Because the way he is acting, it is not seeming like there's any hope. I mean, he's moved in with the girl. Hello? And even if he wanted to come back, right? Even if he wanted to come back, do you really want to cheat her back? I mean, this is the 10 of staves too. This is like I work, and I don't know how much I'm getting. Like, but it's saying, you can work hard and try. I mean, but there's no guarantee that it'll lead to anything. There's no guarantee of that. There's just you putting in all the effort, but will your effort be worthy of all that you've put in? And that's the one thing about the 10 of staves, that can be a little hard for some people. Now, you do have the 2 of swords. This is about love and devotion. This is about a friendship and devotion. If you guys have a friendship and you are loyal and he's loyal to you and your friendship, then yeah, I see where you guys might be able to get back together, if nothing else as friends, but definitely something, because there's loyalty, there's devotion, there's friendship there, right? There's respect. But if you don't have that, then go find it elsewhere. If it's not with this guy, go to the person who gives that to you. And you do have a message coming, I believe. There's some type of strategic message or something of that nature that has to deal with this. Maybe some communication. Didn't you say he blocked you or something like that? I don't know, something like that. Maybe you'll find out why he did. It might be something she said, or you did her tire. So maybe that might be what it is. I just want you to feel like you can release this. Whatever this is, let it go. You've been bound by this. I don't know how long it's been since he's been with her and moved in with her. It sounds like they've been together for a hot minute. And although it might be hard to accept, I mean, if you've been apart for more than 3 months and they've been together for more than 3 months and then moved in together, you got to let this go. You're bound to something that you don't need to be bound to anymore. And I think you got options. You need to walk, don't get stuck here. Let me read the 7 of Swords so I can give you the actual what it wants to tell you here. This is industry. This is hard work. It's hard work, but it's diligent, sometimes a visionary. To gain here, much work is needed, and it doesn't always pay off as the way you wanted it to. So you can't take the easy way out because trouble will follow. So there's no getting around it. I mean, you have to deal with it. And then this is showing me, this is the 3 of Staves. This is usually the card of courage, but it came in reverse, which is telling me you don't have courage. You need to have your courage to move on from this. You don't need to be stuck in nothing like this. Try to have courage, move on, because you are victorious. You are a winner. You're head and shoulders over your competition. You might even be head and shoulders over this child, but you got a emotional fulfillment coming to you, I believe. I don't know if it's emotional fulfillment in this relationship with this man, but I do think you've got it coming. And I think if he offers it, I do think if it's with him, it would be, a lie, a facade of, he's not real. And I think you're dealing with a guy who is not ever going to be, but so real. He's a Pisces 9 dragon. But okay, look, whatever is going down, it ends with the star. This is like after a loss, after emotional hurt and pain and failure or whatever, you come back and you win and you'll be victorious at, in what you're doing. But I don't know if it's with him. Okay. I'm just saying it does end with the star. So that could be him. But I can't guarantee it's him. I don't get good vibes off him. I get a very confused Pisces vibe off of that guy. Okay, and all you got out of here, you got no aces, no face cards. The only one you got was a Page of Swords. This is just like they said, it's, there's options, there's you know, working hard and maybe it not even paying off. All you got, no kings, nothing. So look, we got a 2, an 8, a 7. Let's see, we got the 3 of staves was reversed. We got the 4 of staves, the 6. You know, with the staves. I'm just saying, if you're loyal and devoted, and you have to figure out how to have some courage in the situation, though, because that could be what happened. But it's a positive and complete end to issues that have plagued your emotions. I think that you're going to move away from this. I think you're going to move away from this. Yeah, I really do. And, you know, I feel like whatever it is, you know, you might feel like you can't do it, but I'm telling you, step out on a limb, walk away, take a chance. You can do it. Be that one person. I mean, this might be like you taking a chance to contact them. Maybe that's what it is. But I'm thinking, no, it's like step out on a limb, go in a whole new direction. But if you contact him, right, if that's stepping out on a limb to contact him, believe me, you're just going to get more of the same lies and deceit because that's what's there. Okay. Whatever goes down, though, I believe that you're going to be victorious. After loss comes a win. And after pain, you know, you can begin again. And I really believe this is what this is. And also, I can't help but notice that it's an 8. And you were born on the 8th. Right? I'm not mistaken. Yep. 808. And you got an 8. It ends on an 8. This is you, the star. You're the star. I don't know what he is. He might not be anything. So don't you give up yourself. You know, invest in you. Put your love and emotion in you. When you love you, you are more appealing to other people anyway. So I hope that resonates with you. I will be uploading this to Psychics 101 so that you can see it there. I thank you for requesting me. Thank you for you know, your patience and all of that. Okay. Okay. So there is one other reading I definitely want to do before I close down tonight, but let's see. I think that's all I got over at Psychic 101. I can't remember if I had anything at the group. Other than I know I wanted to do Anita. Just trying to remember. I think I'm caught up there, I think. I'm still trying to get the year Yumi was born because I don't have her year of birth. So that's one thing I'm worried about. So there is one other thing I'm going to do before I go. Let me check this out and make sure I got it right. So, who is this? And if I haven't said it already, I hope everyone within the sound of my voice has a very beautiful, happy, safe, and just incredible Memorial Day weekend. Okay? When I was a young girl, our Memorial Day weekend used to be filled with parties. So, you know, I miss those days, of course, but enjoy it. You know, what you can. Enjoy this weekend as best as you can. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this last reading. Unless someone else comes and bothers me, I'm going to go ahead and do this and get it done because it's already like almost 9:30. Wow, went fast. Oh, came right out. Didn't even ask. So Divine Spirit, please share with me the message you have for the question I have about Mark Ballow. Help me with that question I have about Mark Ballow. What are you trying to tell me about that? Share with me that. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me know. Show me clearly. What are you trying to share with me? What do you want me to know? Let me know so I know, you know. So thank you, Divine Spirit, for whatever message you share with me. Oh, there we go. Wow. Hey, show me clearly. What's that final message? For what are the final messages? Oh, okay, let's do it again because that was a lot. Come on, those final messages. Anything else? I just want to make sure I got enough so I got oh, there we go. Okay. Anything else? That's it, right? Oh, that's it. Okay. I got a lot of extra cards here, but that's okay. I wanted to make sure I got the extra cards before I went any further. Okay. Wow. Okay. So first card here. It's a very specific card. And it is let me just show this here, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. This is personal journey, a personal journey. It's happiness. It's positive results. It's opportunity, abundance, prosperity, luck, advancement, and destiny. New events bring positive change. Your life continues. Look for opportunity and expect success. Possibly the conclusion of a recent event for the better. Start fresh and look for abundance. I love that. Love that. Oh, yes. And your head and shoulders over your, over your competition. This is being victorious, being standing stronger than those around you. I mean, this is a card of achievement. Also important news vital to making other decisions. You may expect some good news very soon concerning decisions. This is victory. Wow, pure victory. That's beautiful. And then we got the Hermit. So there could be some waiting around going on. I think a lot of people are dealing with the Hermit a lot now during COVID. But it's, it's loneliness. It's some loneliness. It's some solitude, some betrayal. You might have felt betrayed, incorrect actions or dealings and introspection. It's a time of being alone and away from the world. Look at your life and consider it carefully. Rest and relax and find the answer because loneliness may occur and betrayal from others. So heal. The other card you got was the Nine of Coins. This is that card again. This is success. When I see this Nine of Coins, I know we're dealing with success. This is a card of many blessings. Achieve goals, hopes realized, obligations fulfilled. Many of your dreams are approaching. It's time now for financial gain and realization of your goals. You're going to achieve your goals, Mark. You got the Page of Swords here. Now, this is the page that, because we've seen him several times tonight, this page. This page is the surveillance. So you might be watching someone, or someone might be watching you. You're probably watching someone, like seeing what they're up to. And, it's surveillance. It's just knowing what the actions of someone else is. So that could be something that's happening. But whatever is going on, Mark is being told to take a chance, take a risk, go out on a limb, go for it. Whatever it is, you go for it because you're going to win, Mark. You're going to win. And you're going to move from whatever you've been dealing with in your life. Oh, you're going to move to a high priestess. Oh, a smart person. Could just be inner knowledge, spiritual knowledge, spiritual understanding. Now, there's some other things that popped up here too, like that there's going to be an end of something, a death of something. You're going to put an end to something that has been in your life. You've been waiting, you've been patient, you've been probably drinking and, just waiting to get your life together maybe, but you're going to have success. You've got pure success here. Here's a Cancer, but it's success. You might be fighting with a Cancer because here comes Here comes the card of fighting. But regardless, it ends with the star. You win, Mark. You are the winner, okay? Regardless, you might have gone through some emotional pain and things like that, but you win, whatever it is. So that's beautiful. I saw a lot of good things there. I'm going to go back and read these cards like I like to do. I like to take them apart and just make sure I've got all the info that I need. Wow, wow. There is something I didn't pay attention to the first time, but I am now. Oh my God, Mark. First of all, you got day 5, 6, and 9. So even after like fighting, there's competition, right? Fighting or competition. You might have competition, but you're head and shoulders over your competition and you're going to win. And you got pure victory. Woo, Mark. Now, the other thing is, you know, you've been surveilling, you've been watching to see what's up, but you're about to move away from whatever situation that you've been in. What gets me, Mark, is the number of major arcana that came out for you. Like it was so much major arcana. So I'm going to read that back, and it'll tell, I guess, a lot. But you know, you're on this personal journey. You can move from any direction. I mean, you've got, this is success. You've got some success coming to you, something probably that you earned after waiting for so long. You probably have waited and you know, drank and just, you know, you probably took a chance. And I think when you took a chance, you finally stumbled onto something that you can win because you're going to be victorious. You've got so many opportunities to win here. And I believe you're going to win with a high priestess, maybe, but also just I think this is just having the knowledge. It's internal or psychic knowledge. It's knowing. It's like an internal knowing that, you know, the life as you know it, I think, is ending. Like something in your life is ending. And that ending is going to start a new beginning. And you're just being told to have patience. Have patience because success is coming and it's coming quickly. Might be coming in the form of a cancer, but it's success. You win. It's a star. You had the sun, the star, the chariot. I mean, you win in many ways. So congratulations, Mark. Okay. So I wanted to make sure I did that reading for Mark. And it doesn't look like I've got anyone else out here. I have been at this for a while. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm calling it a night. And I want to thank anyone who actually watches this. I'm going to, of course, share it all over the place like I like to do and let people know what I've been up to. Many blessings. Happy Saturday to everybody. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. You know, just many blessings to you all. Many blessings. All right. So I was going to, let me see if I have the song I was listening to earlier. Do I? No, I don't. I had a really great song I was listening to, but I'm not going to listen to that. I'm just going to go on out of here. Much love and light to everybody. Many blessings. Talk to you soon. I'll see you Wednesday. Or maybe I'll do some romance readings, or, you know, we'll see what I do on Sunday. Okay. Bye.